welcome back to Plan for Productivity. For those of you who are new, my name is Andrea, and today we're going to be talking about what I believe to be the key to an organized life. So I'm going to split this video up into 4 different parts. First, we're going to talk about how to keep our information organized. Second, how to keep our things organized. And finally, we're going to talk about how to keep our life organized in order to make this part of your lifestyle. What I believe to be the key to an organized life is having a system for everything. Every little thing that comes into your head, your life, your house, should have a place to go. Most importantly, you should be able to access that whenever you need it in the future. Let's start by talking about our information. So what I believe to be the best information keeper for me is a combination of my bullet journal, which I carry with me everywhere and I write everything that comes into my head, and obviously some digital form for everything that is a little more long term. So I'm gonna go ahead and recommend some of the apps and things that I use to keep all of these things organized, but you can take this piece of advice and apply it to whatever works for you in your life. I really keep them either in my bullet journal or in my phone, and that really depends on where I am when I get the event given to me. Does that even make sense? Let's say I'm in class and I don't have my bullet journal out and they say you have a test tomorrow or in a week. I'll just add it quickly into my calendar app. So I'll go into my calendar and just add a new event and then write test, and then obviously I'll write the date. Let's say it's Tuesday or whatever, and then when you go to that day, you'll see that you have it there at the time that you have. And what works for me the most while keeping my events is obviously keeping them categorized based on the categories of my life. So these are some of the calendars that I use. You can obviously categorize whatever you need. My tasks, for example, I mainly keep on my bullet journal, or I'll keep them on the reminders app on the phone. I have it categorized by some areas in my life. This is more like house stuff, computer stuff, and then other things. And that's mainly where I'll jot down a quick task. Or another good tip for bullet journal users is I'll use this bullet journal app. So if you click on that app, you'll see that you have a place that is called log. And there you can write stuff down, and then they expire in like 2 days, but you can keep this for 2 days until you actually go to your bullet journal and jot them down. That's been very useful for me lately for keeping all of my tasks in order whenever I come up with them, even if I don't have my bullet journal around. For my ideas, well, I'd say mostly bullet journal. I don't really care about making weekly spreads, so let me just show you an example. These were my tasks and my focus for the day. Then I had something that I wanted to journal about to clear my head. And then on the next page, I just wrote down ideas for a few videos that I wanted to create. I just jot them down there, and then whenever I'm doing my gathering of ideas, I'll look back on them, or I'll write them in my index and just categorize them as ideas. And that way they're easy to find. And finally, my notes. For this, I do suggest that you have a much better note system than a physical notebook, just because you want to be able to access it whenever you need it. I personally like to use the Notes app on the phone. I feel like it works great, and I love that I can just write with my Apple Pencil really quickly, and it has really great search, so it's very easy to find anything. And that's basically the only app where I keep my notes. I feel like it's super efficient, super pretty, and comes built into everything that I have, so I don't have to pay for anything. The important thing with the notes place is that you do have a categorization system where you group them at least by a similar topic that you can easily think of in your head. So for example, let's say I need notes on the video that I was gonna write for tomorrow. I can easily search for video in my notes so that I can find them. That would be my greatest advice with the notes things. But besides that, just make sure that it's a place where you can easily find anything that you need in that moment. The whole point that I want to make about this, and that I really want to stress to you, is if you want to be organized, if you don't want to be that person that can never find anything, make sure that you're keeping these things in a place that is hopefully searchable and that you come back to often. It's something that you actually refer to and not a piece of paper that might have gotten thrown out in the trash. The most important thing is that it's a system that you're using on a regular basis, because if not, your information is going to get lost. And please do not keep any of these things in your head. That's why we have technology, pen, paper, anything. Your head is not for memorizing little things that you have to do, it is for thinking. So use it wisely. Now, on to the second category, which is your things. First of all, I just wanna recommend here, if you wanna organize your things, please read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. This is the best book on, I think, organization and decluttering, and it really is life-changing, I can assure you that, and I am already a pretty organized person. If you're not gonna read that book, then the greatest advice I could give you on keeping your stuff organized would be have a place for everything. Everything. Even this, I don't know, this little like decorative play ball that I just found on my desk has a place. I'm not sure where at the moment, but it has a place. Everything in your house has to have a place, because if it doesn't, you won't be able to find it. And you are way more likely to just leave it on the first surface that you see. Everything has a place, categorize it, and put it in a basket of that category. And I swear it'll be life-changing. And part 3, your life. Organized people have routines. And that is because a routine is a simple way to make sure that you do all the things that you want to do and have to do in a manner that is not cluttered, it is not messy, and you don't forget about it. And that is what real organization looks like. Why can somebody get so much done or absorb so much knowledge or work on so many different areas of their life at the same time? They have a routine for it. They know what they need to be doing at all times, and that doesn't just come from planning, it comes from getting in the habit of doing the things that you have to do according to your routine. That is so much of a bigger topic. I love routines and I can talk about this for hours and ages, so I will not keep you through this on this video, but start thinking and exploring a little bit the world of routines. A morning routine, an evening routine, a daily routine, a weekly routine, yearly routine, whatever it is that you think is gonna work the best for you. Start looking a little bit into that topic to make sure that you can put that cherry on top on your organization. And if I were to guide you a place to start, I would say start with a weekly routine of review. So being able to capture all that information is great, but when are you actually going to sit down and look through it, organize it a little further, and use it as it needs to be used? And having a place to put everything is great, but when are you going to keep up with that? When are you going to make sure that your house stays organized? So for me, that's what I do on Sundays. You don't have to do it on Sunday, but I on Sunday just have like this little take care of my life routine, and within it I have this review day, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys on the next video. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned if you want to see a little bit of that. But if I were to start anywhere on building a routine, I would start with once a week looking at your whole life and doing a little bit of organization and tidying up so that you can be ready for the next week. And once you get in the habit of reorganizing your life on a regular basis, you will have less reorganizing to do because you will naturally become an organized person. It takes a little bit of practice, and once you start seeing the benefits, you'll definitely get there faster because having an organized life is so much easier than the alternative. And to close off this video, I wanted to give you guys my little bit of advice, and that is to make everything easy to store wherever it has to go to. So make your notes, ideas, thoughts, tasks, etc. easy to capture, make your things easy to put back, and make that review day easy for you. Put it on a day where it's going to feel comfortable, when you're going to enjoy it. So to organize your life, really just make sure that those systems are easy so that you'll start getting the habit of being organized. And that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed and got something valuable out of it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe if you want to keep watching more of this content. Let me know whatever you want to see in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.